One of my favorite things about Modern Warfare 2 has to be the maps. I've always favored Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer's map design over Taraq, but this game has a lot of really solid maps. So let's rank them. Now, fair warning, it's just been a week since the games came out, so I reserve the right to change my mind about any of these maps. Starting with Fortress, I know a lot of people probably don't like this map very much because it's pretty easy to get spawn trapped, but honestly, it's a triangle map, it's a smaller map, it's got a lot of really good little cheeky lines of sight and cheeky ways to run around. I love shotgunning in this map, so honestly, this is one of my favorites. Greenberg Hotel, on the other hand, I don't know what it is. It's pretty open. I feel like there's only a couple rooms. I feel like it's sort of a triangle map, sort of a square map. I don't know. It's not really a good map in my opinion, though I can't really tell you why. I've just always had bad experiences on it, so I'm gonna put it in not great. Everybody loves Crown Raceway, and for the first couple days, I thought so too. I thought this was an excellent map. I love the little interesting ways you can go around. The simpler map, I think it's good right now. I think before I would have had it in great, and it may very well be a great map, but for right now, I think I've dropped it down a little bit to just a good map. El Asilo? I think that's how you say it. El Asilo? I don't know, we'll see. Very controversial here. Not a lot of people like this map. Personally, I think it's a good map. It might even be a great map. I know that's weird to say, but I really like it. The close quarters stuff is good for shotgunning in the middle, underneath, in all of those buildings, or in those rooms, you can kind of do that, but you can stick to the edges, stick to the outside, longer lines of sight for a variety of weapon use. I really much like it. I think it plays really well on domination and headquarters, hardpoint, all that sort of good stuff. Embassy, I have always had a great experience on Embassy. In fact, it might be one of my favorites. Again, it's one of those things, if you can do a variety of things well, if you could shotgun on a map and snipe on a map and LMG and assault rifle and SMG, I think you have a good map on your hands. And Embassy, I think it's definitely there. Farm 18, I think this is already an instant classic. I think it's a great map, probably one of my favorites. I've always had solid games. Well, not always, but like, I always feel like the game is within my control of winning or losing. I don't feel like the map is cheap in any way. I love it. One of my favorites. Maybe it's a great map for sure. Mercado is one that I used to not like very much. I've been having better luck with it. It's a little simple for me. I feel like it flows decently well sometimes, but sometimes you get people camping and sitting in places and it feels like they lock down lanes a little bit too strong. I don't know, it's a good map. It's a great map. It is a great map. It's very solid. Oh, the border crossing map. This one is controversial. I think a lot of people are gonna put it straight up bad, but to me, this is one of those maps where the experience is either really horrible or not too bad. And I've had a lot of games where it's not too bad. You know, I've been shotgunning or I've been staying back and trying to pick people off on cars and stuff that I've had a lot of good experience with it. It's not like Piccadilly, where Piccadilly was just a horrible experience every single time. But this one, not great, you know, really not great, borderline bad. I'm gonna keep it in bad because it's just, I get the idea, I appreciate what they were doing. I don't hate the idea. A lot of people are like, how would this even get past testing? Why did Infinity Ward even put this in the game? But I get it. It's cheeky. It's supposed to be a fun offshoot map. You're not supposed to take it seriously. I get what they were going for, but I don't think it quite hit the mark. Taraq? I don't know how you say this. I don't think anybody does. The remake of the Call of Duty 1 map. Again, some of the maps, or some of the games that I have on this map are pretty good. I have a camping spot right in the middle, served me pretty well, like on Team Deathmatch, Kill Confirmed, all that sort of stuff. Love that. But sometimes, again, you get these teams that lock down lines of sight, that lock down the entire map, and especially around that seaside with those hills and the broken walls, it just feels, you feel so exposed. It almost feels like a wasteland of sorts. And to me, that's pretty not great for me. I don't like how exposed I am on the map. It's really open. I don't quite like it. And the spawns, the spawns are super weird on it too, like super locked down and super rigid. I think this is going to be the most controversial pick here, but this museum map, I'm going to put it in good. I think I'm going to put it in good. Raceway is for sure better. Like there's a huge difference between these two maps here, but Museum wasn't terrible. It was one of those maps where it was still open, but I feel like you could maneuver a little bit better than you could on like Hotel or Taraq. But we'll see if they're just rebranding this map, if they're completely overhauling this map because of the feedback. We'll see how it goes. And Hydroelectric. This one everybody's loving. I have to agree. It's a great map. I think it's actually up here. I genuinely have generally have good games on this map. I love the water. I love how you can flank people and go through the water, and it adds a new element of maneuverability. Good for SMGs. You have some longer lines of sight, but it's a pretty small map, pretty fast paced, pretty well paced. And yeah, that's kind of my tier list. Let's see if we want to change anything now. You know what? I think Farm 18 is going to go up here. I definitely like that. And if I'm being completely honest, if we had better spawns here in Modern Warfare 2, Crown Raceway might be a great map, but sometimes the spawns, you get stuck under or at the bottom of those stairs, or you get stuck in a corner somewhere, and it just feels kind of off, where you spawn with the enemy sometimes on their side of the map. If it was a more, dare I say it, Treyarch style of map where it's just this side versus that side, I feel like that's the way it was designed. And with the spawn system, I feel like it just doesn't flow that way. I like how the inner spacing of that middle area, garage area, it's not just clear lines of sight. You can cut off your lines of sight pretty well, take cover, and I really like that. You can be very clever with your running there. But with the spawn system, you always feel so exposed. You never quite know where the enemies are coming by. The spawn system, I think, takes away from that Raceway map. To be fair, the spawns on El Asilo are also incredibly crazy for me. I don't know if it is for you two beautiful people, but sometimes that map gets insane. But as you can see, I generally like most of the maps here in Modern Warfare 2. And even these three down here, a hotel on Taraq, I wouldn't back out of these lobbies. I still play them. I still think they're okay. It's just you gotta have a different mindset while playing them, at least I do. Sometimes I'll back out of Border Crossing if I'm not in the mood, but sometimes when I am, I'll play it and it's not too terrible. It's like I said, it's no Piccadilly or Free Fall from Ghosts, if y'all remember. It's just a shame that Modern Warfare 2 only gave us 10 maps to launch the game with. Because in my opinion, the more maps you have, the more replayable and refreshing that experience is. Don't believe me? Be sure to check out that video, subscribe, and stay beautiful.
Get him, Jonas. Nice. Shoddy. You make me sick.